Hello, I just completed watching Love Kitty Season 2. If you don't know, Season 1 had already come, and this is the sequel to the to All the Boys I Have Loved Before Netflix movie. So this is a full-on, I would say, love or romance teenage drama. So in season 1, Kitty, she's kind of exploring like her sexuality. She had come to Korea to meet her long distance boyfriend, but then he would already be dating someone else. There's all this trauma and confusion she has. But then later she realizes she is having feelings for a girl who's her best friend. And then she realizes that she's a bi. And it's kind of too messed up for me. I was like, I felt it was like an okay series. But you know what? I liked it better than season 1. I don't know, which rarely happens for me. I usually like, obviously, like everyone, the season 1, parts 1, or the first movie. But here I actually liked it better than season 1. It's really good. Okay, here after all the drama which happens in season 1, she is like, now for the next semester, I'm gonna concentrate only on my academics. And then she's like, I've just come here to reconnect with my mom who is not there. She was from Korea. So I would like to know what my mom was doing, her, how was she, and I'll concentrate on that, which I could not do in her previous semester. And Minho had actually proposed to her on the plane and she had rejected him. And then she encounters Day, who was her long distance boyfriend. Because of him, she had come to Korea. Day and Mino were best friends, so when immediately comes, she sees Q, and then she's like, "Oh, Q!" And then Q is obviously the gay best friend she has. And then there's an awkward scene between Day and Mino, and then Day is like, "I don't know, Mino is very awkward with me. He's not. Can you please ask him to talk with me, Kitty?" And then they both talk, and what happened? He was like, "You were just a crush, but then I'm over you." And all those things happens, and Yuri and Juliana are back into the same college. The college is called Kiss, by the way. They're back, and she actually opted for a single room. She didn't want any drama like last season. What happened, she was staying with a bunch of boys, as in 3 boys. So she's like, but then she enters and she's like, she's roommates with Yuri and Juliana. She's like, I opted for a single room. And then there's one more roommate who comes called Stella. And then she goes to principal and she's like, I don't want this room, I want separate. And then Yuri is like, I'm so glad you're my friend, and all those things happens. So she ends up staying the same room. And then Kitty is like, there's one more girl. She tries to avoid Yuri and Juliana because they'll always be like making out, and it becomes awkward for her because she's trying to get over Yuri. In the meantime, she finds Pravina. She wants to explore or try dating with girls. So she's goes on a date with Pravina, and then even though the same confusion here as well. Even though she's dating Pravina, she still has feelings for Yuri. And then her new roommate Stella, who I told had come with them, she likes Mino and she tells Kitty. So then Mino and Stella are like going on dating, and you know how Kitty's so nosy, and she's like the peace bearer. She's like going all those things. And then they actually finds love, like he finds another girl, and it's kind of serious. And you know what, so does Q. It's kind of interesting how Q finds his love. Q is an athlete, he sprints, so he finds another athlete who are from the same school as them. So they, and Q know him each other, and they don't like him. But then somehow all this rivalry and all, they fall in love. And then there's also a scene where Dia and Mino disapproves him, and they'll be glaring at him, and they get it resolved. It's comical, cute, funny, or whatever. And Mino, even though he told he doesn't have feelings and he's with Stella, he's just so sweet in this series and supportive of Kitty. He's there for Kitty at all times. So it's very cute. And then there's all build up for the climax. It will all be going on, and then there are times where things don't go as Kitty has planned. So Kitty feels sad about herself. She's like, am I being too nosy, or do I don't know anything? So it's I think we all go to a stage, we undermine ourselves, we think whatever we're doing is wrong. And then she had how into all the boys, how Lara Jean had written letter to all the boyfriends. So she also would have written a letter to Yuri. But then somehow, when they all go to a skiing camp with all their friends, the letter comes up, and then it would not be addressed to Yuri, but somehow Yuri gets to know it was written to her because seeing all the lines. And then everyone gets to know it will be a big drama. Yuri and Juliana break up because of that, and so does Kitty and Pravina. And then Mino proposed to Kitty also comes up, and Day is very angry on Mino. So it's all messed up because of the letter, and it's like none of them are talking to each other. Like Day and Mino are not talking to each other. Yuri and Julian have breaked up, so Yuri is not talking to Kitty either. Kitty and Pravina has breaked up, so she's tried to connect them. She's also not speaking. They're all upset, so she doesn't know what to do. And later, she realizes the letter she had not gone to the camp, so she somehow gets it out, or she realizes it was Stella who's done that. So she'll have suspicion on Stella, what is happening and all. And then Minho's dad, there's a scene where he comes up, or he's there from the starting of the episodes. He's like the Chris Jenner of Korean pop or Korean entertainment. So he's the one who will be funding the kids' school. Minho has not in a good relation with his dad. And so Stella, why is Stella doing all those things? So Kitty just, with all the things, she finds out Stella was a singer, so she will be participating in the reality show with Minho. Dad's dad would have been the judge, but then he humiliates her on the show that you sing and all well, but you're not beautiful. She tells beauty is from within, and she would have gotten trolled in TikTok like crazy. So she is here to get revenge on his dad through Mino. Kitty tells to Mino, but Mino is like, I'm just trying to get over you, and I have started having real feelings for Stella, and you're doing all this. And then there's a build up to the whole climax. Uh, it's like a little drama, like Stella is there, but none of them knows, and you get the gist, right? So the reality show is coming. So her dad organizes a reality show where they and his girlfriend and everyone are participating, like only for singing. And then Stella would not be participating. But then the last woman, she tells Mino, I want to participate. And then kind of Mino realizes she is the vamp. And then Mino is like, no. Then she's like, I've got a clip. She has got some clip to blackmail that would bring down her own family. So he agrees. But then everyone get to know that Stella has Mino in her trap, so they all try to help, and you see how Mino is bad. So the build up of the climax is really good. The tension adds up, and it's such a beautiful happy ending. And then Kitty also starts having feeling for Mino, but then she's like, maybe I'm just jealous. She also thinks that because she's jealous of Stella, that she thinks bad things about her and all those drama happens. But she realizes she has feelings for him, and he's also so sweet throughout the episode. So you feel, I think he deserves a chance. Then there is a family reunion where Kitty's grandmother comes to Korea to meet grandmother's sister, who is also a matchmaker, which is what Kitty claims to be. Surprise! In the season, you see Peter Kavinsky. I loved him. But here, I don't know, maybe he has changed a bit. He's not, his voice and all is all the same. But somehow, in his rugged look, I don't know, I didn't find it that charming. Maybe he's gotten older, I've gotten old. And even you see Margot in the series and her alimony as in grandmother. There are a few surprises. It's very nice. And then Peter Kavinsky, he is a support for Kitty. He just tells, don't worry and all those things. And somehow, even though the series was all nice, I didn't feel like it's done by Netflix or it's some big production drama. I just felt it's like a short drama done by a couple of students. Of course, the school and all, the sets are all very niche, very nice. I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. I just felt it's like a small scale series. The way they talk, the way Korean is mixed. I don't know. Maybe it's... I'm not sure if it's because of the direction or the story of the cinema. Overall, it's very cute. And it ends in a cliffhanger where Kitty does not actually tell Minho that she also has feelings for him. So and she has got the scholarship for the next semester too. So we'll be seeing her back. I think season 3 is will be back. So let's see what happens overall. It's a thumbs up for me compared to season 1. Yeah. If you also like the series like Kitty and To All the Boys I Love For, you can give it a shot. And if you like any other Korean dramas also, you can, there's a bit of Korea here and there. It's a thumbs up from my end. It's a very nice cute love story. Okay, so until season 3, enjoy the other series. Okay, then that's all for now. Thank you. Bye bye. Love, Kitty.